everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. This is Roxy's weekly challenge, week 6, I believe. And this is a good way to get some, make some cute little stuffage kind of gifts, you know, to send with orders or just to stuff in a pocket or just for whatever. These are basically little book page scrap clusters for whatever purpose. And Rachel used vellum or it may have been tracing paper that she printed, and my printer, I know, I'm not even going to attempt. It can barely print paper. So it likes the 40, you know, the 28-pound paper. It does not do copy paper. It gets jammed every time. So there's no way I'm getting tracing paper, and I don't have vellum. And if I do, I don't know where it is. So I have this Tim Holtz tissue that I've been hoarding, and this one's almost gone. This is my favorite. It's floral collage paper, but I just love it. And the reason I chose this one, because it's pretty much not going to matter the direction because the stamps go every which way. So I have decided to step it up now that I've been doing the weekly challenge for a few weeks. Let's see if I can make 5 instead of 3. So I mean, I can't do 10 at once. It'll take me forever. It's too much pressure. But yeah, let's see what we can do. So I'm going to set that aside because that's pretty much the top piece. So I have some Bookpage papers here, and I've got some of these I've cut down, some of these I haven't. So I've got some dictionary pieces, and I split these vertically. This is from a children's dictionary from the 50s. I have some Ralph Waldo Emerson that pages, and what I've done is taken some of these, the title page and some of the pages that had images on them that might be more interesting, because basically, you know, if you're giving this to someone, the whole point would be that they could use it in a journal or whatever. I love this bird. I don't know what it is. I didn't read any of this, but yeah, and there's the title page. I've never read Walden, so there he is, an old portrait of him. Henry David Thoreau. But anyway, all right. And then I've got some pages from an old hymn book, and I want to say this is 1898. Very old, very yellow. I really like it. So I've pulled out some pages from that, and that is about 5 inches. I might want to trim some off of there. I tried to trim this with my paper cutter. Don't attempt that. And then I definitely know this one is really yellow, and this is a Reader's Digest, but it must have been left in the sun because it's got that, you know, the pages aren't quite brittle, but they're, yeah. So I'm going to trim this down. I want this to be less than 5 inches. And when I get these trimmed down to sides, I think I'm going to just go along the edge of the type here. And this should be good paper for stamping. Like that. All right. And then I'm not worried about the height of it. But I am going to go ahead and do this side right along the edge there. Yeah, that tore off nicely. Okay, so this is now just a tad over 4 by 7.5, which is perfect. Okay, so that one's ready to go. Oh, also, and I had some little scrapbook cutoffs in my scrap bin, so hashtag come on get scrappy. This will be a good one for using up strips. So I've got that one. I need to, let's measure this. This one is 5. I need it to be, so maybe I will do the same thing. I'll come alongside the music here and tear that down. Let's see how this one tears. Oh, pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to keep all these strips. but turn it around this way, and there again, the ones underneath may not be tearing the same way because there's left pages and right, you know, the left side and the right side of the page might be printed differently, but we'll get it. This will make it about 4 inches wide as well. So I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. We're supposed to get another big rainstorm tomorrow, so I'm trying to get some recording in. Tim Holtz came on and I started watching that, and I'm like, you know what, as much as I love Tim, his videos are usually 2-3 hours and I'll watch it later. I wanted to get this done before it gets too dark and cloudy. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. So that comes in now at about 4. Well, I kind of wanted them, well, it's longer, so it's not the same size. I don't want them all the same size. So this one we know is 3.5-ish. Maybe I'll leave this one a little wider. So let's do 1, 2, 4. It's 4 3/4 right now. I think I might be able to cut this, but I'd really rather have a rough edge, so I want this one to be 4.5. So let's just see. I like the rough edge. So I ended up having to cut that tissue paper with my my big Tim Holtz scissors because it didn't want to tear. I think the grain goes the opposite way of what I was trying to tear, and it also didn't want to cut on my cutter, which probably needs a new blade. I think I've cut with my cutter before. I think I've cut it on there before, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put these this way, picture side down, because that's going to be the back side of these little bundles. Let me make some more room. See, the reason I've been doing 3 is because I really don't have room on my desk for 5. So let's push back all this stuff from the other projects. Okay, so hopefully you'll get the majority of this. And like I said, I'm going to do it. Which side do I want? I wish this was on 2 separate pages because I'd like to have his image as well as this image, but that's okay. We'll just put him face up. Okay, and then the next one I want to have is the, I think I'm going to put these down as well. Some are double-sided, some are not. So, I think some of them are white on the background. These, this one's double-sided. So I need one. One of them is not. So let me reach back here. I really wanted that page, but I do have some extra paper here, so you find one that's not white on the back. Okay. What did I do with my ruler? I put it up. Okay, and I think I did these about 3.5. Yeah. So I'll just mimic that. Sorry for your ears if I'm being too flippy. Okay. Now that's the same paper as this, so I'm going to turn this one the opposite way. No one will be any the wiser. Okay. So, put the ruler where it belongs and you'll find it. Okay, so I've got color showing through the bottom on both sides, and then I'm going to put my grungy book page. I guess it doesn't matter which side of these I put down. Just trying to mix up, you know, the textures and stuff. These are double-sided, so I think everything's double-sided except for that one piece of paper that I pulled out. So then we have this on the top, and just, yeah, there we go. All right, I had one extra. And then, so my thought is to use this over the top. So we'll just start and we'll line that up. And I'm not worried about whether they're centered or what have you. I'm going to use a staple for these. So I'm just folding that over the top. And I am going to wrap a piece of lace around that. And the main reason I'm doing that is because I want to use the staple. And I think that the lace will make the staple easier to get out when you want to use these papers. So there we go. Isn't that fun? And you get a little bit of, you know, decoration on both sides. I love that. Super, super easy. Let's do this one. Just tap it down, flip a piece of paper over the top. I love that yellow rose. Make sure he's front and center. And then just a scrap of lace, which we all have, and a staple in the top. That's it. Like I said, I think that this will allow you to get that staple out without ripping that paper. That was my concern. So there we go. There's two. Now let's do this one. And it should be mostly straight at the top. Take another piece of this tissue. I'm really enjoying doing the Roxy's weekly challenge, because this is really, really helping me get some ephemera going. Because even though I'm doing the, I'll show you the other side that too. Even though I'm doing, you know, the Start My Stash, which, by the way, there won't be one on Saturday because I'm a week behind. I'm trying, so I may double up for next week. I'm going to be doubling up on Rachel's and Suzanne's this week because I don't want to get behind. But yeah, it's nice to have, you know, I always kind of, you know, you get your style. You don't realize you have one until you start working on somebody else's style. And then you're like, huh, I would have never thought of that. That's fun. So that's why I'm enjoying this. Rachel and Suzanne have completely different styles than what I have. So yeah, this is a great way for breaking out of my, you know, my thing. Okay, so it doesn't really matter if the writing's upside down, but I just love this idea of putting these together and being able to stuff this in a journal pocket for people to use for collage or what have you. Okay, so here we go. We have the ribbon or crochet trim. We have the Tim Holtz tissue or collage paper. I have a dictionary page. We have the hymnal page. We have a really old Reader's Digest page, some scrapbook, or this one happens to be digital paper, and then we have an old Henry David Thoreau book. And that's it. So easy. You saw how quick that was to make. And then, of course, this one, same thing. You can vary the papers. Now, I know Rachel uses a lot of old papers with hers. I don't have, I mean, these are old, but I don't have like 1,700 papers. I just don't. And this is a good way for me to start going through all those books I've been collecting for the last 6 years, you know, in the name of junk journaling. I've been kind of like wanting to use them for special occasions or special projects or whatever, and you know what happens? They don't get used. So, yeah. I love this little dove. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. So I hope you guys will be challenged and use up some of your stash. This is definitely a de-hoard project. I'm going to lay these out here so I can get a good shot of them when I'm editing my video. And there we go. I think that looks pretty good. I probably should look in the viewfinder. Nope, too low. I'll go up here. There we go. Alright guys, thanks for watching Roxy's Weekly Challenge number 6, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.